Good evening. Hope that you've all been well. I am recording all four pre-recorded videos together. Yeah, so this is my fourth time greeting you guys. More like greeting nobody right now. But take it as if I'm greeting you guys on the 21st of August on Thursday. Hope that you've all had a good week so far. And yeah, I'm back. Looking forward to playing this next part of the game. Hope that you've been also looking forward to it as well. How's your week been? I hope it hasn't been too busy for you guys. Just hope that you're all getting lots of rest as well. Yeah, we'll continue with this for a little bit before I go off to sleep for tonight. It is currently 1:30 a.m. in the morning on 8th of August, Friday. So that was about 2 weeks back already, like 1.5 weeks back maybe. Yeah, so this is me in the past talking to you guys in the future, but I hope that you're still enjoying these pre-recorded videos. Definitely late for me, but I don't really have any other time to do this as well, so just gonna be recording all the pre-recorded videos tonight. A little sleepy after work, but yeah, I just want to get these done so that I can get these out to you guys in like a timely fashion. So last pre-recorded video, we found a lot of clues in the investigation, and now we're going through a segment where this Sholmes detective is like explaining all the rest of the what he's found to us, and we're going to try and find some contradictions in what he's saying, or we're gonna try and prove him wrong so that we can progress with the investigation as well. Hope you guys have been once again, just hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves. Very important, especially with the horrible weather we've been having lately. Is it okay on your side? Because I think it's really, really hot lately. Yeah, this is me from the 8th of August, but I'm pretty sure the horrible weather is gonna continue all the way until like maybe later in the year. So do make sure to take care of yourselves, okay? Drink lots of water. Very, very important. With that, we'll continue with the rest of the game. Hope that you guys are enjoying this as well. And next time, if we do pre-recorded videos, if there's any, let me know if you'd like to continue this series of this game, or if you have any other game you'd like to request of me. Just feel free to let me know in the YouTube comments, or on the Discord server, or on stream when you see me next stream. I don't know when that will be. Most probably, I think my next stream will probably be the coming Monday, although I'll be very, very tired on that stream, I think, because it'll be right into another week of work. Yeah, so I'll be back properly on the 25th of August. I'll be properly back on the 25th of August, so definitely looking forward to catching up with all of you then. Okay, let's continue with the game. Okay, how did this young man lose his life? We were talking about how the snake crossed over through the ventilator into Kazma's room, and the detective's conclusion is that the snake killed him. Yeah. According to the data of which I have been apprised, it will appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact... Oh my god, he's so dramatic. We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh my god, my brain. Oh no, could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. But did he manage to find the snake bites though? I don't think so. I think he's just like messing or like bluffing. I don't know what he's doing, honestly. There's no point feigning in ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't... It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend? To train? Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Okay, let's take apart his logic now, guys. I live for this. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Okay. Okay, buddy. Everyone's just in shock. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You solved the mystery! Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Huh? Wait. But we all have one left hand? What do you mean? Wait, as humans, we all only have one left hand. What is this quote? Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all... Oh, her notebook. Snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. This guy is so animated. Reptiles don't drink milk. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh wait, I totally like missed that part as well. Like I did feel the milk part was pretty ridiculous, but I forgot like the scientific reasons why. Ah. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. Okay, this is why I'm an English teacher. I don't remember a lot of other things. I'm not sure it will be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter, no doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Oh, they don't? Oh, this one is new to me. Yes, so I'm not sure it would be it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. But then there's the whole snake charmer thing, right? How does that work? Is it like the snakes feel the vibrations in their body or something like that? But madam, what of the tales of from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder! Why is he getting angry? Please don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say... Oh! Wait, maybe the snake went over to the other side? But to get the snake back, maybe Pavlova asked the guard to go in there? And maybe the guard was trying to protect Pavlova, right? So he tried to frame it on us. Yeah, so the person who opened the door? Like, maybe he plotted how to open the door by doing the, you know, the emergency stop, right? Then the boat opens. Yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know. Now I'm having more questions. Is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. Oh no. Man has been dismantled. She's really sharp though. Susato? Yeah, she's pretty sharp. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean? Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. Why is he reminding us that we're handcuffed? Why? Is this some... What? Wait, he took them off. Okay, you've done it again. Your handcuffs are gone. Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Basically, we have to fix his homework. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, topic 1. Intruder's identity. Okay. I forgot how this works again. We have to find like a specific thing that we can use, right? Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. How do I like... What do I have to do? I cannot remember. It's been a while since I did this. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Okay, I need to ask about this, right? She does have a pain expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Aching heart, aching heart, aching heart. Aching heart. She really does look troubled. It's hard to believe she's putting that expression on to fool us. But if you look closely, it's almost like she's actually staring at something. At what, do you think? Her nails? Her hands? Perhaps something's physically causing her pain. We should have a closer look. Hey, wait, 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 wait. This? What else is causing her pain? Her wrist? No. Wait, what? What is causing her pain? Hey, that's her picture. With her snake. That's so cute. The case? No. It's not the case. Wait, what are we looking at? This? Is she still thinking about her pet getting thrown overboard? What is she looking at? The boat? What is she looking at? Wait, I don't know. I'm actually kind of confused here. What is she? Ooh. Hey, wait. There's like a pop-up earlier. What? Claw scratch. Oh, okay. Claw scratch. Oh, Naruhodo-san, look. That looks like a very painful wound. But a snake can't do this, right? It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. Yeah, where did she get that scratch from? Oh wait. This just go through everything again. What else are we looking at? Doesn't seem to be here. Your aching heart smarts with pain. What else is she? What else? Aching heart. Yeah, we've looked at this already. Wait, so is that it? Is there anything else? I looked at that already. Can I zoom out or something? Wait, what is going on? What else do I have to look at? Didn't we look at what we needed to already? Yeah. The snake can't do it, right? How does the snake scratch you? Man, I'm so lost right now. Kinda lost right now. Is there anything above? What's she looking at? Other than her hand. Oh my god, it's just the same thing! Wait, I'm actually like kind of stuck right now. What is she looking at? What is causing her pain? What? She carries a scissor around, right? Is that what could be part of it as well? I can't zoom out. Yeah. What have I not looked at? What have I not looked at? Just need to just need to have the crosshair light up on something. Wait, but there's nothing else. I feel like there's nothing else on her though that is worrying or I should pay attention to. Did she bring like 2 animals? Oh my god, chat. I'm stuck here. I think I'll be stuck here for a while. What is this? Do I need to look up a walkthrough for this? No, I don't wanna. I wanna play it like the normal way. In the bin, maybe? No. So I guess it has to be something on her person, right? But I don't see any. Oh, right ear. You know. Okay. Okay. I will explain how I got to this right ear thing. Because I was trying to look for other wounds, right? So she doesn't really show a lot of skin. So initially, I was trying to look at the booba. Like I was trying to look and see, because aching heart, right? Aching heart. I was trying to see if there was anything in there like the booba. And then it just lit up and showed right ear. So I guess I got it correct. My train of logic and my train of thought was going along the right way. What in the world? What kind of coincidence? She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a piercing. There's something attached to your ear. I expect that's what's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry. An earring, is it? It really is tiny. Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. Oh, wait. The bell is... The bell that broke off. Does it belong to the earring? Remember the bell next to Kazuma's shoe mark? I think that could be a part of her earring. So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches to the ear. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Okay. There's more? Oh my god. Oh, left ear. Oh, so this is what the earring is supposed to look like. She has such petite ears. Oh, what's that? Something dangling down from your ear. This is how it's supposed to look like then. The crescent moon part looks as though it's made from wood. It's charming, isn't it? Women do seem to like adornments like that. In their hair, around their necks, on their fingers, even hanging from the ears, it seems. Sorry. Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruhodo-san. Okay, what else? What else? Is there more? There's more? So the booba wasn't enough? The booba wasn't enough? We have more to look at? Okay, so I've looked at the claw scratch. What else is there to look at? Oh my god, booba, help me again. Booba. Aching heart. Okay, maybe if I put the, you know, like the crosshair at like different places and spin it around, maybe I'll see something. No, question mark, no. Is that not it? Oh, I can present something. I just saw the present button come up on the bottom right. You can't see it because it's behind me.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Right here. Despite being in the neighboring cabin, you failed to notice what was happening to Mr. Asogi next door. And for that, you can't forgive yourself, can you? A feeling I understand all too well. The guilt is bad enough, but Mr. Sholmes' accusatory words add salt to the wound and hurt your ears. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, yeah, I think I messed up. The thing I need to present is the claw scratch. Yeah. This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, I messed up there. I thought I was supposed to present an evidence that could help with regards to the ear, but I think we're supposed to present the thing that she is aching about, and I think it's the claw scratch. So I need to like roll back to that. Yeah, there it is. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, the claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and a simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ah. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. When I'm sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Okay, what is she looking at this time? Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Okay. Time to look. She's looking at the picture, right? The picture. Oh, it's a cat. Okay. Oh, the cat's bell. That's the ornament that was next to Kazuma's body. Yeah. So the cat did go into the cabin. Look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Cat. Present.
Yes!
Yes! Little kitten. I love this game, it's so fun. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Where did the snake come from? Where did the snake come from then? The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, the specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. Okay. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. What is that? Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's slouch skin. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shom's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was his specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Guess we're gonna go see that now. What is this? Snake's slouch skin. Let's click on it first. What is this? No, she's hiding something else there. Well, it is speckled and it has a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. Is that like a cat's toy, I think? A long piece of cloth or some sort. Of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. Yeah, it's a cat's toy. I think she was trying to... Like, it was hanging out the ventilator because she was trying to figure out... I think she lost her cat. And she was trying to figure out if it was in the other room. That's why she dangled it over to see if the cat would respond. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. Okay, let's present this.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume? Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator in the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithm Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. That was a big reaction, but okay. A truly troublesome feline, young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. The photograph of Miss Pavlova and Darka has been entered into the court record. I wonder when the trial is gonna be. We're already at like the end of this pre-recorded video. It was after, I guess we'll have more pre-recorded videos to look forward to then. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Is she still stuck in there? I hope not. Darka, she is so naughty. Okay, we are done with these. Oh, second part. Okay, I guess this pre-recorded video is gonna be a little longer than usual then. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Okay, here's where there are no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Give it to him. Give him the post-mortem report. Where is it? Oh yeah, this.
Yes!
Yes! Oh! Alright. Naruhodo. Wait, Ryunosuke is being kinda cool now too. Kinda over dramatic though, the two of them. Ah yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was? Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. I think what happened was, knowing Kazuma and like good nature, right? The cat actually went onto his side. Then he was trying to, you know, like catch the cat or like calm it down or something like that. And then maybe the ship shook, he fell on his head or something like that. I don't know, but just some guesses I'm making. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. Might it be the ink on the floor? The ink bottle, right? That might be what hit him? As of yet, no weapon has been found though. Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Anything from the scene, anything from the scene, anything from the scene, anything from the scene. This? The skid mark? Oh, magnifying glass. What do I do with this? What what do I do with this? Is there anything I can... Virtually no entries from 2 a.m. until early this morning. Nothing to report from 1:30, right? That's around the time where he saw the speckled band. Okay. Might be something that we can think about. Man, I don't know this one. Just gonna present this first. Review scene. Review scene. Review scene. Probably, I think this is probably the best thing to... The mark on the floor. Yeah, because it's in the picture, right? Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant he lost his life. But what would explain the message that he wrote on the floor though? That one would become another mystery, right? Because if he did break his neck, he wouldn't have, you know, like the energy or be conscious to be writing that death note. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Or the broken bell, right? You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. The case? That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it. I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened. And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes. Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Traveling case, traveling case. The tiara. Somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here. It hasn't been dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed. I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes. Stop trying to sound like the great detective. Okay. She was looking here somewhere. I think it's the tiara, right? There's nothing else in this direction, I feel. What was she trying to hide? Yeah, and I can't really like turn the camera anywhere else as well. Waste paper basket? Was it in there? This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first class cabins have them. But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, there it is! The bell! It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you. Yes! That's right, you hit the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely, we found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no! So Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know, in that hushed Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be the picture that we just got.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? It's so dramatic. Your absent feline friend, Darka. I mean, it's not her fault, right? I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. But it's not her fault. It's like, it's just things that happen to happen, you know? Death by tripping over. That's like really rough though. Deduction complete. Elementary. Okay. Where's the cat though? Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? That's exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at the point you thought it's safe to try to lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. So I guess she's still inside the ventilator? Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Oh! Meow thud. Okay. I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then it was such a dreadful bang. And afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Kazama was... Oh my god. He fell... Huh? From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping over the glass bell and tripping up. Oh, okay. No. The SS Burya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Hasogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. Susato is probably not convinced. But what became of the kitten afterwards? Can't find her still. In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. The captain took away the cat, maybe? Must have forgotten to lock my case. Now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself, at least. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing aboard this ship? Is it the sailor's friend? Oh, I didn't say? Snake is my friend. His name is... How do I read that? Pirozhko. Oh. What? What? A snake belongs to you? Yeah, I thought pets weren't allowed on board. He's, breaking the rules of the ship, even though he's a sailor. He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him, but did not expect to find him in here. How did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Piroshko does not have venom. He is harmless. Very long but very gentle. He's adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Huh. Like they say milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Piroshko eats mouses. Big fat round mouses. Oh my god, it's mice. But okay, let's continue. So is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Why would there be mice on the ship though? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle, it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? Is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pirozhko is nothing to do with this incident. I'm trying my best to read this name. If I'm reading it wrong, I'm sorry. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Sorry, yawning already. It's like 2:20. I'll probably end the pre-recorded video like soon. Just wanna like finish up this part at least. Miss Pavlova, I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in. I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then... And no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But... What are you talking about, Miss Mikotova? Mikotova is Susato's surname. What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. Oh, is there more? I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Really? I didn't notice anything. Am I dumb? I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Oh, they're back on. Not again? When did he do that? Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Oh, are they doubting me because I'm the closest? Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth from here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. Ah, there's more? I mean, not hard to believe from a game like this, but... Are there still more clues? I thought we looked at almost everything already. Except the... Okay, there's still the ship rocking and then the boat undoing itself thing. Or the boat, you know, like locking itself thing. If I can chase that down, then maybe the truth will become clear. Okay. So I think the discrepancy is how she managed to get into the room. Because, you know, the bell broke, right? The bell broke. How did half a piece stay in there while half a piece went back? That means that she would have entered the room herself. Yeah, I think that's the discrepancy here. She would have entered the room in order to be able to, for the bell to have like two pieces in two different rooms. I think that's the main discrepancy here. The truth about how you really died, about how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Yeah, because there's also the dying message as well. Yeah. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. I wonder what really happened though. I don't think she's the type of person who would want to murder somebody, right? So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? Says Hosonaga. The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Hold it! Hold it! It was no accident. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. Oh no. Okay, I do not know this. Oh, this. Dying message. Yes! The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. That's great. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. That's a bit of a stretch, but okay. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Yeah, because if he broke his neck, he wouldn't be able to write a message, right? He wouldn't even be conscious. He would be like dead on the spot already. Yeah. Sorry? What do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Ah. Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was clearly dead. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. What? So, Susato-san has noticed it too then. What did they notice? I didn't notice. Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence. Another piece of evidence. Another piece of evidence. Another piece of evidence. The bell, I guess? This is the only thing I feel would be like related. Now let's just present this first and see. I think I got it correct. This piece of broken glass next to the yeah, so this was what we were talking about just now. Well, that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was already broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one yeah, exactly. She would have been to his room then. Ah. Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, she was there. There was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth in order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's. Oh, you are wasting time. Someone else was there? Of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Oh, they're gonna talk about me. It's gonna be pointed back at me again. Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There's no way in or out. Oh yes. And only other person in cabin when young student died was you. It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Yeah, because I was inside the wardrobe all the time. And we can prove this with the seal. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor for fear of it becoming evidence that it would show how Mr. Asogi really died. So it's broken, and when they picked up, they didn't realize it was broken. I think that's what happened. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Hold it. Oh. Oh. Seaman Stroganoff. Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, member of the ship's band. Oh my god, I can see the... You see the, like, the bands on his head? I think that's where, like, the snake was coiling around his head. Help me. So that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You are a great detective. You should know. The door, right? And we can look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet it is impossible. He's right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside. Thread? Are you stupid? Oh my god, these buckets are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap inside. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. When Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, why is everyone pinning everything on me? What is this? Susato-san, how can you shoot it onto me like that? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. It's this, right? It's the horn thing. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you, because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt from across from the outside. It's the... It's not that? Okay, what is the thing that I have to point to then? Uh-oh. Wait, can I... Oh, wait. There's no, like, lighting up or anything. Wait, but I still can't.
Yes.
It shows how it was done. It certainly shows how something was done, I concur. In fact, it's an excellent way to show how easy it is to jump to the wrong... Oh my god. But a truly dismal way to show how to... Surely it can't really be possible to make the bolt slide shut without touching it at all, can it? Sure that it is. Something in the back of my mind tells me so. What do I have to point to? This? I think it's gotta be this already, right?
Yes.
Look at the bookcase there. Okay, got it this time. Telling signs. Okay. See how the books and things on it have toppled over? That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Oh my god, this reminds me of the... like when I was studying physics. Inertia. No. Okay, so basically what inertia refers to is a mass reluctance to stop. Or, you know, like start moving or stop moving due to like forces and stuff. Yeah, it's because of the mass itself. The mass prevents it from stopping moving when it's moving because of momentum. And it stops it from moving from a stationary position because of resistive forces. Yeah, due to the mass. Ooh. I barely remember what I learned though. It's been a long time since I last studied physics. Well, whatever it's called, it's the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the door. The bolt on the cabin door. Ah, it was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Well, that sounds like... Yeah. Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed? Oh my god, they have an animation for this. Oh shit! Oh no! The SS Burya made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? And when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin. Oh my! Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room? Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm? Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Oh, he's looking around. Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. Wait, he pressed the bell? What the? Why would he do that? As indeed it did a little earlier. Oh my god. Did he lock the door so that we would get framed? Because he wanted to make this like a detective kind of story. Oh my... This clown. Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be... This bugger, he just made the whole thing more complicated. It's because of this guy. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship? I report you to captain. You are in much trouble now. No, I'm sure that I'm sure all that can wait until later. This bugger. Let's not overlook the fact that we now have learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop or did it not? You are idiots! Burya is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in middle of night, there will be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Sentry, logbook, come on, let me present it. It's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped the vessel last night? Ship's log. Let's go. Yes. Seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? That is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this will be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing in that? That is mine. You rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Gulp. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Burya. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! Oh my god, this pre-recorded video is going on really long. Okay, I'm actually pretty tired now, but I really just want to see the end of this part, so I'll just go on for just a little bit longer, okay? If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Yeah, I think something was put in everyone's food or something. So this was deliberately schemed, I guess. Sorry? What do you mean? Your head, man. This is such a good one-liner. Your head, man. Or just drink some water. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh, yes, I've had a headache. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. Can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? Oh. My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do. No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea. Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes? Well, seaman? Wait, so they were out to kill Kazuma? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. They were all out to kill Kazuma? That's messed up. What? It's some political stuff. I don't know. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. for aiding and abetting a renegade. Oh, that was the renegade they were talking about, right? Oh, so they're all under him? Please, no more. I will tell everything. Eh? I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. We could not make our drug. How do you say, dissolve? Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was held by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Burya slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber, reducing potion their evening meals had contained. So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, right? Were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazma's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case. There would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Only the first class cabins have them, right? Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, so they would be sleeping through it, right? After which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. That is crazy. Okay. But why did they want to kill Kazuma though? That is the main thing I want to know. You have talked long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock the door. All told, a busy night. But I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long boring stories. We don't believe. Oh my god. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable traits. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. Oh, like they're trying to accuse me because they're guilty, right? Proof of involvement. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of all deduction. I thought he was mainly messing around, but he seems like he knows what he's doing now. Okay, I guess he like leveled up. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular. To expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two prevaricators. Observation? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two were there when it happened. Precisely, you're delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So, we're looking for a trace of evidence that showed someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. What suggests that someone else was there at the scene? Her earring, right? She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair. I think it's, yeah, it's probably the earring. Oh! I think I figured it out. The cat is no longer around. That means that it might not even be on the ship. Like, it might have already, you know, like the cat might have passed on. And she's wearing the glass bell there as, you know, like sort of a memento. And it dropped off. Yeah. When she was in that room. When the ship shook, I guess. Maybe, I think. I think that's the one thing that I can see for now. That's probably it, honestly. I don't think anything else can be it. Chunky arms. Let's just click this for fun. He has arms like tree trunks, doesn't he? Hairy tree trunks. He certainly has sailor's arms. He's a born man of the sea. Even if I had been awake, I couldn't have done anything without being dragged out of that wardrobe by this man. Naruhodo-san, are you alright? You seem to be lost in thought. Oh, sorry. Blame those hairy tree trunks. Yeah, I think it's probably this already.
Yes!
I noticed the dainty jewelry you're wearing on your ears, Miss Pavlova. Were we to find a piece of those earrings in Mr. Asogi's cabin, it would prove beyond doubt that you were there. Although, we haven't actually found anything yet, so... That deduction was wanting in every way. Oh my god. Yes, I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. I find myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. I'll try again. Huh? Either we find a trace of something that a person in question left behind at the scene, or... Is it the scratch? Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I think it's the scratch. I think it is the scratch. Oh, but she's hiding it now, though. Yeah, so I don't think that's it now. He was in the room. Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place. Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken. Ink. And look at the color too. It's clear where this came from. Present this. Give it to them.
Yes.
Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Ah, yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain? What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is... It's the picture.
Yes.
Ping. Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink, purple. Oh! Ah, the penny drops, at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. The stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way, which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. Oh no. Alright, yes, it was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Boria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Biff, please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Biff, please, you must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. And he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? I do not know how to read. Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you. Wait, so Kazuma really died because of a fall? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Oh. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, well... There's something here? If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of luck broke his neck, which part of this photograph print seems unnatural? Like he fell on his face, right? Actually, I don't know this.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm just randomly. I'm not too sure. Oh my god. What? Really? It's plain? Word written in a foreign language under his fingertip, surely. Imagine, if you will, losing your footing yourself. Would you land as the victim has? What of your hands? Or like why it's like a point, is it? You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This one should be an easy task. Is it the hand?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, I am just just randomly guessing. Is it his fist then? His fist. The other hand.
Yes.
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us. Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Oh! He found the other piece of the earring. This is what I found. Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle? Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Where did we see it before? I wonder. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, find the answer with your own eyes. Oh no no. Oh no no. I guess we click this one.
Yes.
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well. Ah. What? And on your other ear? There seems to be a crescent moon missing. This little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Surely there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear, perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. Oh. But the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no. Angel? What happened? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh my god. Okay. What happened? I want to know. Oh my god, this recording is going on forever. I have work at 10. Uh-oh. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boats in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day, the cat, right? Cat ran to the other side. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Knock knock. Clunk. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Huh? Oh. Oh, Kazuma thought it was the inspector. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. Kazuma, no. What happened? The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again and was going to leave from the man's cabin... Just a moment, sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Oh, so she offed him because she thought she would get exposed? Oh my god. Oh, of course, you're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you've run away. Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's gonna tell me, right? He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Oh no. Then it happened. Everything at once. Did she grab the ink bottle and like hit him over the head? It's only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And he tripped over. As he turned around to look at me, I pushed him. Oh my god. Kazuma! I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. No, that's how Kazuma went? Oh my god. That's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." No, Kazuma. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door? Yes. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me. So he worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway. I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Suzuto's son started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote so that person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway? Yes. Oh my god. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin's door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first. That made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. He thought... Oh, because Kazuma revealed that the inspector was his friend, right? So she was scared that he would tell Inspector Hosonaga. Man, this story... Oh my god. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? But she didn't kill him, right? She pushed him, so it was still an accident. She just wanted to stop him from pulling the bell cord. It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He's going to pull the cord. He's going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment? He was about to wake me up to see what I felt about it. Oh my god, this story. He was trying to, like, he wanted someone else's opinion, right? He was going to ask me. Oh no. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in that wardrobe, but still, the cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all matter of truth. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when you turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at?
Take that!
Man, the story is breaking my heart, man. Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment, I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter, to see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. That is... oh my god. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. Oh no. What have I done? No, it wasn't her fault. I mean, I understand that, hey, she was like panicking, but she pushed him, and it wasn't like she was gonna push him to kill him. He died because it was still an accident in the end. Yeah, he died. Kazuma died because he was pushed. but he didn't exactly die because of the push. Yeah, he died because he just happened to hit the bedside, you know, like at a very weird angle, and his neck broke. But man, it just weighs really heavily on everyone. But it's not like she was out to murder him, you know? Was finally late to rest. I should be late to rest. Oh my god, it's 3:25. I work at 10:30 tomorrow. I'm dead. Okay. Okay, we'll see what happens when it wraps up next time. But for now, I will have to end it here. I'm sorry, guys. Initially intended to only go for 30 minutes, but this last part, it was so good I couldn't stop. Yeah, so you guys already know this. I'm usually like this. I always end up stalling. I always end up doing streams longer than I should. And this pre-recording was no different. But I guess the 2-hour long pre-recorded stream was probably more of a good thing than a bad thing for you guys. So I'm happy with that, even though I will probably have trouble like getting rest for tomorrow. But if the longer stream does help you guys out, and if you did enjoy it yourself, that makes me happy. Yeah. We'll just be stopping here for today. We'll continue with the rest of the story on a future stream, on a future pre-recorded stream. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, but for today, thank you so much for sticking with me throughout these 2 hours. Definitely enjoyed it a lot. I am so immersed in the story. Yeah. Hope you all have a good weekend ahead of you. Just make sure to take care of yourself while you're out during the weekend, okay? If you're out, then do make sure to take care of yourself outside. If you're gonna have a chill weekend at home, have a good one. Please enjoy your time at home. Hope you all get some good rest, and I will lay myself to rest as well. I am so sleepy. Yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Thank you so much for coming by tonight. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you all so much, and definitely missing you guys a lot now. I will be back really, really soon. Yeah, thanks for watching these pre-recorded videos while I'm away. Thank you. Bye-bye.